Hi everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful time. Today I'm going to share a very exciting product and my favorite product of the year so far in 2024. That is this Guster Audio DAC X30. So this one retail for $3,000 here in the United States. You can purchase it right now. DAC X30 is featuring 4 ESS 9039S Pro chips inside. They are capable of running 8 channels, but they are using 2 on each side running on parallel to reduce the noise. So that is controlled by ESS 9311Q chip to get them proper regulated and cleaner voltage to supply it. So that is a power control chip, some may say, or voltage regulator chip. They just hit it out of the park with this X30. R26, I had that. A26, I had that. A lot of Guster DACs that I experienced so far. Best deck out of the lineup, and this is the top of the line offering. Ron Bridge capable, AirPlay, UPnP, all available, but I think they do have a 2 different type of firmware on this. The domestic firmware version and features are probably different than the one we have. It has 2 I2S inputs as well as USB coax and all the standard inputs, as well as you can attach external clock if you are not happy with internal clock, which is Guster K2 synthesizer clock in there. Plus it have Arvin control crystal oscillator, so which is great box that you will notice right away if you look at the internal images of it. This one also stays supporting MQA for those MQA fans. Wait, am I listening to Guster DAC or am I listening to Grandioso D1XSC? Holographic sound that it will deliver, effortlessly natural. There is nothing holding back or nothing is bright, nothing is forward. Listening experience is smooth and engaging yet dynamic and refined sound. That is using vivid filter setting, also featuring NOS feature inside, which is totally disable ESS chip oversampling that came out of those ESS 9039S chips. Those are standard. So Guster disable using the FPGA chip that they fine-tuning in there. And also it has analog devices, noise shaping, DSP. They use that DSP chip for controlling the noise, basically. Even the basic Spotify streaming sounded super nice. And I tried AirPlay, everything worked as it should, including R2 passive pre-stage in there. But as always, internet that pre-stage is okay, sound very nice, don't get me wrong, but I would rather using this Musician X9 or my Accuphase E4000 with it for most holographic and super wide soundstage with nice depth to it. For those of you who need USB drivers, I will have the Guster Audio link in this video description in case if you don't know where to find it. So those drivers, downloads, and everything, I will have a link in the description. And when I was listening all my favorite music, right, streaming music, Cobus and everything, and listening, I tested some of my favorite tracks that I test for, like stereo image and holographic sound that they can really show. So those tracks are probably best I've ever heard out of any DACs that I had in this room, up to $7,000-$8,000 DACs that I had. So, but not to the level of $50,000 DACs in terms of, but pretty close. I would say this Guster X30 can get me 95% of Grandioso D1SC. That's how good this X30 DAC is in sound quality. Okay, natural, neutral, effortless, and musical. Those are all highlights and incredibly reproduced, detail plus very, very good bass quality, right? One time I was disappointed with Gusted R26 bass quality because the bass is not there the way I like it. A26 can totally gives me that, but it can get tiny bit of brighter side time to time. So those are great decks, by the way, don't get me wrong, but it's just not suited for my preference because I'm very sensitive. But this one will not get me there because this is so good, so natural, effortless sound. And you can listen to it for hours and hours. At least I can. I've been trying with this S1EX Towers and JBL L100 Classic 75th. These two speakers never sounded better. When I was rolling the 300 BTUs with this X9, I was listening with this X30 DAC. You can check out that if you want to see and if you want to hear the way that they sound together. I will have a link in right here. So overall, price is reasonable. I will say even bargain for the sound quality that is getting you there. I mean, before you go out and spend money 5-figure to a deck, try this. You may be very happy with this low 4-figure. This is the one that I need. That's how I think. Because of that, maybe in a few months I will probably do the follow-up, see how I like them and how I enjoy them in long term. But as of right now, very, very good DAC in everything, including the build quality. The side cooling fins and the cooling features are, sometimes I think, are they using 3D printing or CNC machining? So the way that they do notches and all the lines and everything, plus the way they design everything together. And this one is full-size component with dual power supply, dedicated power supply for digital stage and analog stage, as well as it has all the chips that control the noise and fully balanced design. Each outputs and each channel have its own grounding spot to control the better noise control. So that's how much detail they went down with this X30 DAC. In terms of build quality, total 5 stars worthy and sound quality as well. And there are tiny bit of downsides. So that is the remote control that come with it. It's very same old similar plastic remote control that they usually supply with lower price point Gusted audio products. So I will highly request and suggest them to give us better remote control. So that's a one thing. After that, and if you have older components with USB 2.0 out, if you have that kind of components, I will say you might want to check the compatibility first, because if you are playing or online streaming, it works flawlessly. And when I use a USB input with RON bridge and computer and everything, it works great. Doesn't matter what resolution of the music file is. So this one, when I'm using this Sony, playing music internally, mixed music, meaning it's gonna have all sort of different resolution files. So my case with this USB 2.0 with this Sony is I have a compatibility issue with this X30, which is it play everything, but time to time the music files that I was playing, the 192K file, right? Then next track is like CD quality 44.1K or 48K. So those kind of lower resolution files come to next play. When the track is changed, it introduces the digital noise. It won't play right away. So that is case by case. That is my personal experience. But most of you should not have any problem with network attached server or like RON bridge or any computer connection is no problem, just a compatibility issue with my Sony. Because of that, I try with Z2U HD 8000, that is smooth sailing. I even tested coaxial input with my old Marantz CD player. I mean, sound is like, oh wow, this is, someone may call it night and day different. So that much of improvement that I'm hearing with this X30 DAC. Price is right, performance is great, sound quality is really, really good. I don't know if we can get better sounding DAC and better performing DAC in this price point, or even under 10 grand, just to be reasonable. That's right, my friend, you will get high-end, top-notch sound quality with this DAC X30 from Custard Audio. I can keep on going because I love the way it sounds. I love the way it gives me super nice and holographic sound with very good natural bass performance, right? Bass quality is compared to A26 or R26. This one take you not even a few notches, probably like 5-6 notches in terms of quality of the bass, quality of the clarity, and noise control, as well as elevated stereo image that it can offer. I mean, everything is good. You should try it because it's so good that I will be keep on using. Then I will be following up in a few months to give you long-term experience. So that is the experience that I like to share with you, my friend. Highly, wholeheartedly recommended. Thank you for watching and happy listening.
Next one is, it's called Kiss of Life. And let's hear some bass. Something heavenly came from above. He led me to you. He led me to you. He read the bridge to your heart all the way. How many times I've lived inside of I can't say. When I went to you, you were the one for me. I swear that whole world could feel my heartbeat when I so great. On the bass, Mr. Toriboy Keisuke-san. On the guitar, Onomayosuke-san. Yeah.